Well, hello everyone. My name is Rick Passek, a FlyFish Fanatic, and welcome to my tying bench. Let me get that hair off there, that's bugging me. Today we'll be tying a little wet fly. Great little fly. I've done really well with this in lakes as I'm tying it. If you want to use this one in rivers, which I have as well, I usually tie it with either a bead head or some sticky back flat lead, just to get just for that little bit of weight. But other than that, yeah, it's a great little pattern. So let us get going. So in the vise today, the Hends BL200 size 10. Tie these in a 10, 12, and a 14. For the thread, I will be using the Semperfli Classic Waxed in Rust. For the tail, I'll be using some natural red squirrel tail. For the rib, I'll be using some Danville's gold oval tinsel. For the body, I'll be using some Hends Hard dubbing. I'm going to be using this one right here. Kind of that reddy orangey kind of color right in the middle there. That one. Number 14 there. So, and then for the hackle, I'll be using some speckled brown hen. Okay, let's get her going. So, just start my thread, leaving about one and a half hook eyes behind. Come back about where the barb would be. Cut that off. Come back forward, open turns. Take your Scoville. Take just a little bit. Don't need a ton of it. So, okay. And I'm going to put that in my hair stacker. Just real quick little tap. Just want to get those tips lined up. Like I said, I only want about that red sticking past, but about the body length. So from where I've got my thread to where I've stopped my thread, about that far past. So about there. Let's give it a couple of turns, have a look. Just pull that back ever so little. There we go. I don't want a really long tail here, but I definitely want a tail. Like I want the tail to definitely be there. Like, okay. So now that I've got to there, I'm just going to tie off those ends, make sure they're nicely tied in. Stay there. Get my gold olive oval tinsel. Just going to nip this little end off because it was a little rough feeling. Just lay it on my side. And then just tie that in back to the tie-in point. Okay. Now that's, I'm just going to stick that in my material clip. Put a little bit of wax. Wax my thread. And I'm going to take some of that number 14 hard dubbing from Hends. And just dub that on. I don't want a huge body, but I definitely want this. I really like this stuff because it's really spiky, and that's the effect I want with this fly. I want that spikiness coming through that rib, and you'll see once I'm at that point what I mean. So once I've got it caught, then I'll twist as I go forward. Okay, I'm just going to put a tiny bit more. It wasn't quite enough for my taste there. And the reason is I want a little bit of a bulbous area here where the hackle is going to lean against. So now 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I want. On this size, I want 4 ribs. On my smaller 12s and 14s, I usually do 3 ribs. Again, fish obviously can't count, but it just seems to be that that's the number that works for me. So get that off, just make sure that's tied in nicely. Okay, now I'll take my dubbing brush and I'm just going to give this a little bit of a rough up. Not a huge, don't go crazy, just want this to rough up a bit. There we go. That's it. Like I said, I want that nice and spiky. So now I'll take a piece of this hen hackle. Now hopefully this stuff doesn't break on me. This one is pretty brittle. I bought this one a while ago, and to be honest, I'm not happy with it. So I usually don't talk down about any material manufacturers, but I've had 3 or 4 hen hackles now from this company, and none of them have been very good. They've all been very brittle, I found. And that's a company called Shore. But some of their stuff is good. It's just, I don't know, I've just found some of their, maybe it's just the bad batches I've got. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, it hasn't been the best materials out there, that's for sure. So now I'm just going to nip off that stem. I'm going to do just a little couple of turn whip finish, just so it doesn't get knocked off, because that can happen. Now I'm going to try to be as careful as I can, because the last few I've tied have been okay, but I had one that a couple of them broke on me. So just going to grab my hackle plier and just really carefully come around, just making sure I stroke all those materials back every time I come around. I want this to lay back like almost like a wing, right? Don't worry if a couple of them are going a little crazy. Usually I do 3 turns. That's all. With this, I probably couldn't get a 4th anyway, but that's 3. Let that go. Slick it all back, including the waist piece. All of it back. And then just build a little bit of a head. Helping slick that back. You see how we kind of went over top of all that? So I want this to slick back. So now I'm just going to do a 3-turn whip finish. Cut that off. Go and find my little piece of feather, that end piece there, the tip. Just get it out of there. Just make sure I take my brush, just brush those apart. And then obviously I'll go and put some head cement on that. But that's it. That is the finished little product. Like I said, it's a great little pattern. I didn't cut that very good, but that's okay. I can get that. But yeah, great little pattern. Works really, really well. Like I said, in the lakes. As a mayfly pattern, I tie them in this color scheme. I also tie them in the gray, right? The gray here. Oops, sorry. This one here, the gray, and I tie them in the green as well. So, but yeah, they're a great little pattern. So yeah, give that one a shot. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you did, give it a thumbs up and make some comments, guys, telling you what you guys want to see. What kind of flies you want to see. It doesn't have to be an actual a certain fly, but do you guys want to see some more, British style patterns? Do you want to see more chironomids? Do you want to see more dry flies, wet flies, salmon flies, steelhead flies, intruders, spay flies? Just let me know. All right? Tie lines, everybody.